Thank you, everyone, for being here. It's a pleasure to be at this symposium, especially because this year lignin is in the spotlight, and I have spent a significant amount of my career working on lignin. My name is Remy Buser. I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of Bloom Biorenewables, and what we do at Bloom is we develop a biorefining technology based on state-of-the-art technology, and I will try to bring you a bit through the journey when we went through, and the best way to start is to show you the spark of when everything started. So this is the exact moment. To be honest, it's staged, as this can be seen maybe, but this is Jeremy Lutebacher, professor at EPFL, Florent Erogel, who is a co-founder and co-CEO at Bloom, and Edna Crestel Santiago, who is our CTO today, also to show that the people that saw this spark are still around this technology, helping it to grow. And what they look at is the difference between if you add an aldehyde or not to pretreatment, and you clearly see the color change indicating that there is something special in here. So a step back, why do we look at all this? It's really the reason that has been mentioned a few times. We need to find other sources of carbon, and wood is an excellent one. And it's actually an underutilized one as well, because cellulose has been in the focus for many years. And as this price also shows, we are moving towards using the other fractions much more, and there is an upside potential there. So what is an aldehyde-assisted fractionation? It's literally you add an aldehyde to an organosolv process, and this will interact with lignin and hemicellulose in ways that allows you not only to get a same quality cellulose that the pulp and paper is producing today, but you get hemicellulose and a lignin that is way uplifted in terms of what you can do. And this is really chemical, so I don't want to show too many structures here, but the aldehyde here in red comes and clips on the lignin and the hemicellulose, making new structures that also, as a company, enabled us to actually patent this very strongly, because these intermediate are now a platform that you can derive in a number of things that have a higher value than what the lignin or the hemicellulose would in its original form. Now, this works on any type of feedstock. We prefer wood for reasons I can dive in later, but ultimately it's a lignin chemistry, so it works on any lignocellulosic biomass, and we have tried many of them, from all the agricultural wastes to nutshells and fancy things. But today we are working on hardwood. So we say that we have basically set the ground for a new biorefining era, and our mission and our passion comes from this middle pillar here, where we really think we need to change something, and we need to change it now. And I think everybody agrees. But then when you go out to the market, which has been mentioned before, the mood is a bit different. Nobody wants to pay for it. And as soon as you don't pay for something, you need to come with other USPs. So we have, as we grew the company, looked at what else is really special, and there you really have the performance, which I'll try to give you a few examples from, and the scalability, because the process is very simple by adding just a component and understanding what the chemistry behind is doing. So we have today a larger portfolio of products, but again, it's cellulose, hemicellulose, and lignin. This is the quality we will look at for pulp and paper type of applications, but also specialty chemicals. We have these protected sugars, which I don't have time to go into today, but you can make solvents and plastics and many interesting things. And on the lignin side, we have the capacity of depolymerizing, so we have monomers, and we have polymers, to make it very simple. And now I would like to dive a bit more into that lignin, because it's the spotlight today, but also give you one or two reasons or proof that we actually outperform existing solutions. So we say we have the only real lignin, and this is really a chemical approach when we say this, is we have the only and first lignin that is extracted and maintains the structure of the lignin in the tree because we stabilized it with our aldehyde. And this we measure by converting it to monomers. So if you take it from the tree, you get the theoretical yield, and we get very close to this, and this at scale, meaning at over 100 kilos today. We have now brought this lignin to the market in its different forms. We have started actually with fragrances because it was a low-hanging fruit. This has been validating. We today sell these molecules to DSM Firmenich, a large Swiss, now Dutch or half Dutch Swiss company. We have validated coatings, materials, but given the time we have today, I would like just to go into the most recent application that is in the world of resins. And there, I think we really shown that what we do makes sense and can be validated by our customers, because by taking our lignin and just adding water, you can actually mimic the shear strength or the adhesion strength of existing phenol or urea formaldehyde resins, and this is a very unique feature that is actually visible in the chemistry and that has been tried for many years already. So this is a phenol formaldehyde resin that is polymerized, and even if you don't understand or used to see chemical structures, you will see that this is very similar from a structure point of view than what the lignin structures that have been shown today show. And basically, what we do is today, if you extract the lignin, you will actually create condensation within the lignin at the first step of the pretreatment, and you will not be able to create these type of structures within the system. Whereas if you go through the aldehyde-assisted fractionation, you will be able to maintain or to prevent this CC bond to form during the pretreatment, and you can actually form them in the adhesion between the wood, and that's what gives you the power of being at the same adhesion strength. So now, all this does not make sense in the lab. It only makes sense if you scale it. We are a Swiss company. We have different sites. We close to EPFL for the access to NMR, which again, linked to this price, is essential to do what we do, because we cannot know what we do if we don't have the eyes for it. And as a startup, having an NMR is a bit a shot in the moon. So we work also with partners that allow us to have access to very large equipment, and with this we now have been able to process a ton of wood using our recipe that has been established. And there we are again with a picture of a moment. This one is not staged this time, and this is actually a few weeks ago where we got the first hundreds of kilograms of that lignin. So again, like before, the lignin is real once it gets into your hands, and I'm also very proud to say that most of that lignin has already been sold or shipped and goes to actually validating these applications in many forms and manners. So the story doesn't stop here. So if we look into the future, we have managed to scale this to this 1 cubic meter production facility. And we are today looking at a 1,000 ton plant that we plan to build in Switzerland. And we are very close to have all stakeholders together. One of the elements you need, obviously, for that type of venture is investment, and we have a journey where we were lucky to have the support of Breakthrough Energy Venture in 2020 that helped us really also moving forward and bringing this technology to the scale it is today. And we have now consolidated a consortium around a 12 million Swiss franc round that we will close very soon. There is still an opportunity, so in case you want to participate to the venture, you can come and speak to me. But the kind of deployment of the money will really go to this plant, and we really have the design and looking at the location now to build this. Good. With this, I would like to thank you for your attention, and I hope I have time for a question or two.